In 2 hours of leaked audio, Mark Zuckerberg rallies Facebook employees against critics, competitors, and the U.S. government.
Here's a summary of the article.
On October 1, The Verge published text and audio from recent internal meetings at Facebook where CEO Mark Zuckerberg answered tough questions from employees who are concerned about the company's future. Mark Zuckerberg: "Well, I think you want to separate out a couple of things. I just think the case is not particularly strong on this. It's just that breaking up these companies, whether it's Facebook or Google or Amazon, is not actually going to solve the issues. We're committed to doing that well, and part of doing that well is not just building the internal tools and showing up and saying, 'Hey, we think we've solved this,' but addressing and meeting with all the regulators up front, hearing their concerns, hearing what they think we should be doing, making sure other folks in the consortium are handling this appropriately. We've had the ability to focus on doing what we think are the right things over a multi-year period, instead of just having to be beholden to the quarter-to-quarter demands that a lot of public companies have to struggle with. You know, for the first 10 years of the company or so, we got more glowing press than I think any company deserves. Some of the reports, I think, are a little overdramatic. Some of the reports, I think, are a little overdramatic."
This post received a score of 35,515, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
He mentions TikTok's audience retention isn't good even though they spend a lot of money advertising it, but recognizes its potential. He thinks people fear Facebook because he's at the helm of it. He mentions the company wouldn't have gotten far without him. Mike Schrepfer, Facebook CTO, mentions that they're working on improving near-duplicate detection technology. Upon getting a question about having full control over the company, mentions all the moments they could have been bought out.
Honestly, if these are the key points, I think this isn't nearly as bad as I thought it'd be, considering he didn't expect this to get published or seen by anyone. Skimmed through the full article and I didn't really see anything worrying. The fact that he said this, in a non-public setting, is actually kind of good. Like, this stuff is fine. IDK why the article spun this as damning or anything.
He's speaking openly to low-level Facebook employees, and these are employees that are having a morale problem because of negative news about the company. He's not going to sound evil, because he's not an idiot. He's a little bit more relaxed than he would be normally, but he's using PR talking points because he knows he can't keep the lid on leaks in this scenario. I think a recording of him speaking to senior executives would be more revealing.
That is worth mentioning. Thanks for clarifying this. I would take his comments here with a grain of salt. When speaking to people this low on the totem pole, the comments may as well be public.
Yeah, this sounds more like an intentional leak. That either they themselves leaked it, or fostered an environment to practically guarantee someone recording.
My thoughts too. A man that covers his camera and laptop would be a little more proactive and cautious if he wanted to discuss confidential information.
So is anyone going to discuss this, or are you all just going to keep dropping one-liners? I'm disappointed there wasn't more discussion on privacy. I'd like to see how Zuckerberg talks about such a hot topic internally. You can see with the Neuralink stuff that he's at least slightly open in this setting, so I'm disappointed. Doesn't sound like he agrees with the topic, but the way he's talking about it, he sees it as a somewhat credible possibility. On Libra, I can see the use of it, but I mostly see the scary part of it.
This all feels eerily reminiscent of Atlas Shrugged, a Bible among many in Silicon Valley and Wall Street. Warren, regulators, intellectuals see Facebook as an impediment to democracy and a purveyor of surveillance capitalism. I barely ever use Instagram, Messenger, or WhatsApp. I try to keep Twitter and Reddit useful by curating Signal from all the noise.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.